Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a journal with me and it's a really fun one. I really wanted to just play with my supplies, so I'm not documenting any big event or day out, just a couple of little things, and I'm going to see if I can put it all together and create some sort of page with the random items. So the ephemera I have today is some chocolate packaging, a postcard from Get Messy, a floral envelope from a friend, and some photos of a handmade journal collection I created. The blue cocoa chocolate packaging and the pretty floral envelope were from my birthday, and I did consider keeping them for that spread, but when I went through my bag of ephemera, I saw a pretty floral envelope and I really wanted to play with it, but I didn't feel like documenting my birthday. If you watched my video on how I store and organise my ephemera, you would have seen my big bag of ephemera for 2022. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it below in the description box for you. I really liked how the floral envelope looked opposite the pink avocado dyed paper. I'm going to use the envelope as a pocket for the postcard and create a flip out page with it, so I don't cover up the illustration on the children's book page. I thought it would be fun to cut out the middle of the envelope and have the quote or phrase on the postcard peeking through. So I did choose a page in my journal that has some fabric attached to it, and I'll be doing some hand stitching later to dress it up a little bit. So as you can see, I'm playing around with all the bits and pieces, figuring out where it's all going to fit on the page, and I like to do this before I start sticking anything down, just to make sure that I can fit everything on the page that I want to. I decided to cut the chocolate packaging up a little bit to make it fit better on the page. I decided here to add some staples into the envelope because I didn't want the postcard moving around too much, so I just add a staple on each side of the envelope, and that will allow the postcard to move a little bit but not throughout the entire envelope. To add it in as a flip out page, I'm going to be adding some washi tape to the envelope and attaching it over the side of the page. I'm using an MT washi tape here. I like to use double-sided tape on all of my photos because it's nice and strong and it isn't messy. So I'm adding 2 photos to the children's book page, and then I'm adding the rest of the photos to the back of the envelope. This chocolate packaging was thin enough for using a glue stick, so I'm using that to stick it down into my journal. And then this lint chocolate wrapper is like a gold foil piece, and I decided to trim it down a little bit so it just fits at the bottom of the page, and I'm going to be using my glue stick for that as well. have some washi tape here. This washi tape is by Maggie Holmes and it's the Market Square collection. And I thought it would be fun to do a little washi swatch of all these tapes on this little strip of pink avocado dyed paper. And I really like how it turned out. I haven't actually done a washi swatch page in my journal yet, so it was really fun to do. I do find with Maggie Holmes and crepe paper tapes that they don't seem to be that sticky, but these ones stuck down really well. I wanted to cover up the red postage stamp on the envelope, so I was just going through a couple of stickers and choosing which one would look the best. And I do try and cover it up as best as I can because I didn't really like the red stamp. I didn't feel like it went with the page. I'm coming in with a few labels. These labels are by Cath Kidston and they're pretty old now, but I still have a few left. And I'm going to be adding some writing to these a little bit later. So now I'm doing my journaling and I am doing it on camera this time. I don't add a lot to these pages, just a little annotation to each page. And now for the really fun part. I've pulled out my embroidery floss and I'm going to be doing some hand stitching. So I'm just having a look at all the different coloured thread that I have and choosing one which I think will fit really well on this page. And I end up using the bright pink one. Now I am not an expert, I am very much a beginner with hand stitching. So I don't know if what I'm doing is right, but I was just having fun and having a play. So once I've threaded the needle, I'm just tying a double knot at the end, and then I just start making little crisscrosses throughout the fabric. I'm not being perfect about it, I'm just poking a hole through the fabric and seeing where it ends up. I did do a little bit of hand stitching and created little crisscrosses on my front cover. If you haven't seen the video where I show my journal, I'll link that below in case you want to check it out. What I love about adding these little crisscrosses is that it adds a lot of texture to this page. I love the detail that it adds and it's really kind of brightened up this plain piece of fabric. I love the pop of colour that it adds. I'm just going to be tying a double knot at the end as well, just to make sure that it doesn't all come undone. And doing hand stitching like this in my journal is something I've never done before, so it was really fun to do. And now I'm just going in with some stickers to finish decorating the page. So I'm just adding lots of stickers from some of the Maggie Holmes and Create Paper collections. I've added some phrase stickers, and I really like how this page turned out in the end. And then one of the last things I do is add a little tab to this postcard so it's a little bit easier to pull out. So I add this label piece and fold it in half, and then I add a couple of flower stickers to the front and back of the tab just to decorate it a little bit further. And these are the finished pages. I absolutely love how these pages turned out. It's such a fun and colourful spread. I love the bright pops of pink on the envelope and on the fabric. I really enjoyed trying something new in my journal, and it was a really fun page to create. I really hope you enjoyed watching the pages come together, and it gave you some ideas and inspiration for your own journal. Here's a closer look at some of the smaller details. I hope you're all doing really well. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.